question.
Okay.
Are you my man?
Have we had relations before? Is that what you're asking?
Monica Lewinsky, check this out. I'm just asking you, are you my man or not? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I know my man gets around, and so do you.
The only person I get around with is your man.
So you my man.
I absolutely am, every night.
If you thought Karlie Redd had finally found her fairy tale ending, baby, think again. Because the way this situation unraveled, it was messy, loud, and honestly kind of heartbreaking to watch. One minute she was glowing, talking about love, marriage, and new beginnings. The next minute, she was being dragged through the mud by the very man she planned to walk down the aisle with. And the humiliation didn't happen quietly behind closed doors. Oh no, it happened in front of fans, blogs, and the whole internet watching with popcorn in hand. Karlie thought she had a man who adored her, respected her, and was ready to commit for real this time. But what nobody expected was DaVinci flipping the script and exposing everything he claims pushed him away. And when he finally spoke out, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't gentle, it was cold, calculated, and left Karlie looking stunned and embarrassed. So buckle up, because this story is full of broken promises, bruised egos, and one woman realizing too late that love doesn't always mean loyalty.
He met me. On our first date, he told me, he said, babe, I think somebody's pregnant. It's a girl. He showed me who she was. He was like, she's pregnant, whatever. And I was like, okay. He was like, but I don't know if it's mine, because you can't tell.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if it's mine, because you couldn't get the results right away. And he showed me who she was. She knew who I was. She knew very well that we were together. He didn't say, oh, I'm gonna keep out, you know what I mean? Whatever. And he's the type of person, he's not gonna like, okay, so then finally, recently, he just found out that it was his.
Oh.
But we stayed together through it. She's a beautiful, I'm so happy to have her in our lives. I'm so happy. She's a beautiful little girl. I get along, I don't have any ill will towards the mother. And we're gonna be a blend.
Karlie Redd has been on our screens for years, and by now, everybody knows her story. She came into the spotlight as the outspoken, glamorous, always in the mix star of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Karlie has never been shy about her love life. In fact, her relationships have pretty much been a storyline of their own. Engagements, breakups, cheating rumors, public arguments, and emotional meltdowns have followed her season after season. Through it all, Karlie always claimed she was a hopeless romantic. She wanted real love, stability, and a man who would finally choose her without hesitation. But history hasn't been kind. Time after time, she trusted men who ended up embarrassing her, leaving her hurt and back at square one. As the years passed, fans started side-eyeing Karlie's optimism. People joked about how quickly she fell in love and how fast she moved toward engagement rings. Still, there was always a part of the audience rooting for her, because behind the drama, Karlie showed vulnerability. She talked openly about wanting companionship as she got older. She admitted she didn't want to be alone. And when DaVinci entered the picture, it looked like maybe, just maybe, this was different. He was younger, confident, and seemed serious about her.
I'm about to be pregnant, so.
Wait, listen, you were giving us a lot of tea.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta
I'm about to have a boy.
Wait, you gotta explain further.
Yeah,
so
I
are you
can't.
pregnant? You're about to have surrogacy?
I can't.
Karlie?
That's all I can say.
Oh my god. Okay, so let me just repeat that. You're about to be pregnant, or you're about to have.
I can't say no more.
All right, I will. Okay, let's move on. Nice. Okay.
Karlie beamed when she spoke about him. She defended him online, hyped him up in interviews, and made it clear she believed in their future. For a moment, it felt like Karlie had finally beaten the odds. DaVinci wasn't just another fling, at least not in the beginning. He presented himself as honest and upfront. According to Karlie, he told her about his past, his baggage, and even the complications involving another woman and a child. Karlie claimed she appreciated his honesty and felt mature enough to handle it. She spoke about blended families, growth, and unconditional love. Fans were skeptical, but Karlie stood firm. She said this man was different. She said she felt secure. And when the engagement happened, she wore that ring like proof that all the doubters were wrong. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. While Karlie was busy painting a picture of happiness, cracks were already forming behind the scenes. Rumors started floating that things weren't as perfect as she claimed. Whispers of arguments, jealousy, and control issues began popping up online. At first, Karlie brushed it off like she always does. She laughed it away, saying people were just mad and miserable.
And somebody said, I don't know, talking about your man's first child is low. It's very low. I will never respect or want to be cool or have a blended family with nobody that talked about my mother kids. And what world do you think I'm about to sit back and be like, oh, okay, no, it's not gonna happen. No sister wives, no none of that. I been told Tilo that when I saw Karlie, I was going to say something to her. I have not ran into the but reality, I'm not no bitter baby mama. If you want to sit here and have a mother at her age, go ahead. If you want to walk down the aisle with 10, 20, 30, go ahead. I have to deal with that man for the rest of my life. A ring don't keep a baby, don't keep a nigga. I think he's a nigga want to be kept, baby. I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on. I could care less. I don't care. I'm 25 years old. You think the next motherfucker don't care? I got 3 kids. No, you did me a favor. Now you have to worry about that man cheating on you. You put me back in the streets.
But DaVinci, he was growing quieter, less appearances, fewer public declarations of love, and that silence spoke volumes. Then, suddenly, the bomb dropped. DaVinci announced the relationship was over. No warning, no soft landing, just a clean break. Fans were confused. Karlie was blindsided. And what made it worse was how DaVinci chose to explain himself. Instead of keeping things private, he decided to air it all out. According to him, the relationship became toxic fast. He claimed Karlie was obsessed with controlling the narrative, obsessed with image, and obsessed with competing with his past. He said the love started feeling more like pressure than peace. DaVinci revealed that the baby situation played a huge role in their downfall. While Karlie publicly claimed she was supportive and loving toward his child, he suggested the reality was much darker. He hinted that jealousy and resentment crept in, especially once the baby arrived. He claimed Karlie would say one thing in public and another thing behind closed doors. And when those words hit the internet, fans were shook, because it painted Karlie as someone performing happiness instead of actually living it. What really humiliated Karlie was DaVinci's tone. He didn't sound hurt, he didn't sound conflicted, he sounded done. He said he didn't want to be with someone who constantly needed reassurance, validation, and control. He claimed he felt drained and emotionally suffocated. And whether you believe him or not, the damage was already done. The blogs ran wild, comment sections exploded, and Karlie was left scrambling to respond. She tried to save face, posting inspirational quotes and smiling selfies, but the hurt was obvious. You could hear it in her voice when she finally spoke. She said she felt betrayed. She said she was blindsided. She insisted she loved DaVinci genuinely and never meant to hurt him or his child. But the internet wasn't buying it. Fans dug up old clips, old comments, and old patterns. They said this wasn't new behavior. They said Karlie had a history of loving loudly and fighting even louder. And let's be real, being dumped is painful, but being dumped publicly? That hits different, especially when the man you defended turns around and paints you as the problem. Karlie wasn't just dealing with heartbreak, she was dealing with humiliation. People questioned her age, her choices, and her judgment. They mocked her for believing in another fairy tale, and that kind of public shame cuts deep. What nobody expected was how quiet Karlie became afterward. For someone who usually claps back immediately, the silence was telling. It felt like reality finally sank in. This wasn't just another breakup. This was another chapter added to a long list of public disappointments. And the saddest part? Karlie truly believed this time was different. Emotionally, the fallout was heavy. Karlie has always worn her heart on her sleeve, and this situation exposed just how much she invested in DaVinci. Friends reportedly tried to comfort her, reminding her of her worth and strength. But healing is hard when the whole world is watching you fall apart. Trust issues deepen, walls go up, and hope starts to feel dangerous. Professionally, the drama overshadowed everything else. Instead of talking about her career or growth, people focused on the breakup. Again, Karlie became a headline instead of a human, and that takes a toll. You start to question yourself. You start to wonder if love is even worth the risk anymore. But here's the thing about Karlie Redd. She's resilient. She's survived worse. And while this humiliation hurt, it also forced her to confront patterns she's ignored for years. Chasing love too fast, ignoring red flags, believing words over actions. DaVinci walking away wasn't just rejection, it was a wake-up call. In the end, this story isn't just about a man leaving. It's about a woman learning that love doesn't come from forcing a fairy tale. It comes from peace, respect, and consistency. Karlie may have been embarrassed, but she's not broken. And knowing her, she'll rise again, wiser and stronger. Because if there's one thing Karlie Redd knows how to do, it's survive the mess and keep moving forward. And trust me, this won't be the last chapter.